Now we are unmuted. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nothing But the Game. Golly, dude, am I ever gonna get it right?
Hey, we got it out of the way early this time.
I did. It
was classic.
It was classic. Dude, it's so like I love you guys, but like you do not understand the pressure and the stress that I'm on behind the scenes over here. Sometimes you guys are talking and I'm not even listening because I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing this right.
Oh, we know that. We know.
I experienced this for 2 weeks, so I understand your pain, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, when I wasn't here, you guys did it.
It's a lot of work.
It is, man. It's tons of work. But okay, everybody, we're here though. We're live, and we're shooting from the hip today, right?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Have some fun.
We're gonna have some fun. We got some fun things planned. We're some debate, some discussion. For those of you who don't really know or don't have a lot of information about it, I'm actually going to put him on the spot. I think Evan's going to break down some Devi Dynasty for us. Would you?
Ooh, heck yeah, man! All right, so I'm not going to break down like any in-depth stuff because that could be like an entire 1 week long podcast, every day for an hour. Well, but some fun news here. I know if any of our Longhorn, college football fans out there, the whole transfer of Ajayi Hall from Alabama. He went into the portal, left. He's just kind of a little bit of massively talented, just not knowing exactly how to be utilized wherever he's going. I don't know. But now he's committed over to UT, to the old Longhorns. And he's adding to that Quinn Ewers, Xavier Worthy. I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm just going to say the wide receiver from Wyoming that transferred to Texas.
Safe play.
Yeah, safe play. They are putting together, along with like Bijan Robinson, going out on the running back side of things. And Quinn Ewers is the quarterback that transferred. Man, Texas has become transfer U ever since Steve Sarkisian has taken over there. I mean, they transferred Ewers from Ohio State, now Ajayi Hall from Alabama. You got Wyoming wide receiver. I'll be butchering his name, like I said. Yeah, they're putting together something crazy. And on the other side of things, it's still a lot of up in the air what he's going to produce due to his lack of production and freakish talent, but just what he's going to be able to do. But it's exciting news just to see go into a university where he could potentially be front and center.
So for people just tuning in or first ever hearing about Devi Dynasty, like what exactly is it?
So if you like fantasy football and you love college football, it's combining pretty much the two of those. It's where you're already, if you do dynasty fantasy football, where you already kind of have your recruiting, you have your draft every year, where you're taking the guys that are a week from now going to be drafted into the NFL.
Right.
You hold your own league draft and you take those rookies. Devi takes it the next step further, where Devi development, what it stands for there, where you're going to pretty much draft guys that are in college as of now, projecting them to be professional players. So if you've got guys that are, top whatever, college candidates that are getting NFL notoriety, you can kind of start drafting those, and it goes into many different depths to where there's even campus to Canton leagues where you recruit all the way from, campus, college, all the way. You have those guys all the way through the pros, and that's a much more deeper. But Devi is pretty much where you're just scouting out those college guys and snagging them before any of your other fellow fantasy players can jump in there. So if you're knowledgeable on the college side, you can have a little uppity on them. Snag those up-and-coming guys. And that is the rambling version of Devi Dynasty.
That sounds like super, super in-depth. And I've never dove into Devi Dynasty before. CJ, have you?
No, and from what I hear, it sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm gonna get myself into this. But like coming back with Texas,
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna reel you guys in on some of this.
right? Coming in with Texas. Texas plays Alabama this year, so I mean, this could be a start.
It does.
It's a really good football, Texas team. So I like.
We play them for 2 years. I say we. Full disclosure, Longhorn fan here. And I mean, we play them for this year and next year, and pretty much by then we'll be in the hopefully SEC.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you nailed it on the head. We've got an Alabama coach, Alabama wide receiver now. We're just slowly merging into the SEC lifestyle.
And probably you guys' as running back was Robinson is probably the top running back coming out going to.
I don't have him in our league because another guy snagged him way too earlier on me. But yes, he's oh my gosh, he's outstanding.
Like, are you drafting like redshirt freshmen and stuff like that too? Like,
yeah, we got a guy in our league and I'm in 3 Devi leagues, but I have you always have that main one that you love,
right.
commissioner of it. No, but man, he snagged Arch Manning when he was still in high school.
No way.
Yes. And now he looks like he's possibly going. Who knows where he's going? But yeah. So I mean, you can there's no limit on it. I mean, you've got guys that are.
Is he going to end up at Ole Miss or Tennessee?
I think Virginia.
Yeah, or Texas. Who knows?
Like, Virginia's come in here lately as the top school because he has a lot of family members that.
I wouldn't mind him going to Virginia.
So
because that could be interesting with him going out there.
Yeah,
but yeah, you snag guys whenever you want. It's just a matter of how long you want to wait for those guys to get into your fantasy league.
I mean, and then same like any other league. Can you drop them as well at any time at any point?
Oh, I mean, there's so many different variations. Yeah, but you drop them, you could trade them, you can use them as trade bait for existing guys. It's whatever. I mean, depends on your commissioner.
Players do you
have? In our dynasty league, it is. I mean, I can't remember. I think we got 24 total with a 10-player roster. But then we draft 5 players. You have a max of 5 college players.
Okay.
So it's not a deep one. You have some out there that are like I'm in one that drafts 10 college players per team. You're dropping half those guys after the season is already halfway through. But it's a lot of fun. It keeps you in touch on that college side, and I think it's really going to blow up even more once you're starting to see like Texas going to SEC, and you start to see these super conferences developing. You don't have a minor league for the NFL, but it's almost developing itself in college, where you're going to have a massive SEC, maybe a combination of Pac-12, Big Ten, certain things, whatever it is. You're going to start seeing just pretty much super conferences to where it's going to create a larger crowd for those games because it's not so many isolated individual conferences. Yeah,
I like it.
You got me on a soapbox over here
now.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
And you said keep going, and on top of it, I know I probably haven't mentioned to you guys, but it's with this whole expansion of the transfer portal. We're all seeing it now. It's essentially a free agency window now, where you can go prove your worth at a whatever college, even if outside of those super conferences that are going to start developing. And then, hey, spend a year there, transfer over, and pick and choose wherever you want. You don't even have to go from a small school, Alabama to UT. You're seeing these things happen frequently, where Keaton Slovis, quarterback from USC, is now over at Ole Miss. It's just going to be a whole lot of moving around because they're loosening the reins a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to make things really interesting, and what it makes me wonder is the value of the NFL draft, like stock as a whole, going to increase because of this, or is it going to decrease? Right? Because
that's a great question.
I'm starting to think now, like, this transfer portal, as you say, you relate it to free agency, right? So all these guys are going to come over to these big schools and these super conferences or whatever. Like, do you start to find value in just signing undrafted free agent, like undrafted rookies type thing, or like
yeah, you might, man. I mean, if you're kind of like talking about where guys that are at not so recognized universities that are performing, it may amplify it a little bit more because then they just become so honed in on those conferences,
right.
Almost like they are right now with the SEC. You almost get that SEC boost.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
they
remember. Get overlooked. So
I can't remember the last time any other conference was really even close to being competitive. I mean, even in the ACC, right?
Back in the day, though.
Like the ACC when Clemson and Trevor Lawrence, but in terms of ACC, like it was Clemson. Clemson just happened to dominate that conference. Like there wasn't.
Yeah.
Were they really competitive? Was the ACC really competitive, or was just Clemson just?
It was Clemson.
Right. And then you also had Florida State with Winston before that, kind of propping it up. But for a while now, it's it's nothing too impressive.
I was thinking back, the Ken Dorsey days in Miami. So with that stacked team.
So I mean, really, it has faded, that whole conference, but there's many of them. I mean, Longhorn fan, Big 12, fading out when it comes to being competitive and actually, staying relevant. And it's because of that boost that happens. And Big Ten sees it a lot with, especially on like defensive side of players or running backs. You just see that a lot in there. But then SEC is the one that dominates that kind of preferential boost. You love watching. I think to address your question though, fits with like, will you start seeing the draft take less of a prominence on there? I think if anything, it'll be more prominence on finding that talent, because you need to have that deeper research. Because I mean, guys like Malik Willis, Liberty, that's not a massive conference by any means.
So like, I guess what I'm trying to think, right? So it was really funny. Good Morning Football put out a tweet this morning, and they're like, "What is the craziest? Like, what draft leaves like the biggest impression on you?" And us on Twitter, we commented as kind of a joke, but it was when Mike Ditka and the Saints pretty much sold they sold the house pretty much to go get Ricky Williams.
Traded everything in their life.
So like I'm starting to wonder if it's gonna be something similar to that, right? So you have these super conferences, right? And then you're gonna have inside these conferences, you're gonna have these studs, right? Like these all pro studs. So teams are gonna be like, all right, man, let's trade everything. Let's trade picks, 2 through 7. I mean, like the second round through 7th round. Let's get up there in the first round so we can go get this guy, and we'll go grab some to piggyback off of what you said earlier. These guys that don't hit the transfer portal that are still performing in their schools, right? Because I mean, every year out of the draft, you see these guys that they come from conferences that you're, you know what I mean, like the MAC, you know what I mean, or like the Sun Belt, right? But like they still perform, and so it's I wonder, like I'm excited to see that. Like, is this what's are we gonna start seeing even more dynamic trades here to get into the first round to get this talent that's available?
Yeah, I think you may start seeing a lot of the people hunting for that spotlight, but in reality, like the Belichick minds, where they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna find the guy. I don't care where you came from. He fits what I have."
Right.
And you're gonna have a lot of them start. You have to have that mindset. And so, if anything, you might want to could say that the draft may hold like more front end worth in some GM's minds. But in reality, you're going to start seeing the draft being a lot more important in regards to scouting and agents, not scouting, but talent agents being able to actually identify, and then teams utilizing that draft. All in all, I mean, there's a reason why they still have 7 rounds. You got to fill the practice squad. You got to fill a whole lot of different areas, and that's where players can actually make a difference on their careers.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you really could see a little bit of deviation. If anything, you might see a bit of a disparity when it starts coming to teams separating from themselves, like the lower and the higher end of the NFL talent wise.
So I want to play a game right now. You guys got your dry erase board?
I was told to grab one. You didn't tell me to grab dry erase markers though. Well,
you draw it with your finger.
I'm never wrong. I can just answer however it's supposed to be.
I don't really know what the game was going to be. I wanted to.
Are we playing Hangman?
Yeah. So I had this idea, this concept in my head as we were talking about all this, of a quarterback a college player that would probably thrive in today's NFL, but at the time they weren't like the right fit for what the NFL was, right? So 10 years, 20 years back, or we'll say 2000 to 2010, right? Like the first decade of this century here, it was
I got one.
Super versatile running backs, not super versatile, like power running backs, your standard pro, big physical receivers. And so I guess, and then we'll discuss these people.
God, hopefully y'all can read my handwriting. This is.
I'm pretty sure I spelled this college wrong, but.
Oh, we're supposed to put the college too?
I don't know. I mean, I just did,
you're just.
Dude. Hey, anybody that's tuning in right now, this is spitballing. We are spitballing tonight. This is all fun. We're Evan is actually in Vegas right now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gearing up. He's ready. He's going to be coming at us live next week with some live updates from the NFL draft.
Perspectives that you can't get just watching it at your home. You can get those updates, but if you want to see some crazy, fun, and potentially prophetic thoughts, go for it. You're picking a different. There's no dry erase on this thing.
Well, I was trying to figure out why he wasn't in the lead, and he got into a lot of trouble. So,
well, I definitely went with more of a okay,
but I'll stick with him.
I went with the guy who went to the league, but definitely didn't get utilized the way he should have.
This guy was a beast in college, though.
All right. Well, I don't know if.
Go ahead, Evan. Go first.
And I feel like I've got the obvious statement here. Not obvious, but just a name that, did a lot in the NFL. I feel like the team that brought him in did not utilize him properly. And you see guys today like Tyreek Hill, like Jalen Waddle coming in.
You're gonna say
and it's not wide receiver.
Oh,
it's not wide receiver. Percy Harvin's freaking massively underrated too.
Percy Harvin in today's NFL?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Put it like a Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, whatever it is. Same kind of vein type of person. Got utilized, but I feel like it was not to the potential that he had.
Right.
And so I went with, I don't know if you can see that, Reggie Bush from USC.
All right.
I put that in there because there was, I remember Saints watching for the Saints, it's just so many different times. I don't even realize like how crazy he was. I know I have that with that Longhorn bias, that championship game, all these different things. But if you think about like what he could have actually been in the NFL now, with the insane contact balance, with the ability to the vision, everything that he had brought in, along with the massive athleticism, you have like this Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle type of guy that is at a running back position.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, you have guys like Miles Sanders that are great with PPR side, DeAndre Swift, things like that. But he would have just been, I mean, it's like a Christian McCaffrey almost. If you think about with the speed and everything, maybe not that tough. I don't know why McCaffrey runs a little bit more anger in him, contact wise, but he didn't get utilized. He was like 5 or 6 years before his window.
Yeah, I agree with it. Like, yes, I think back to it now. Like Reggie Bush, USC, like it was a lot of off tackle and get outside and let him get vertical, right? And then like you bring him into the Saints and you're trying to run power with him, and it's just, you know what I mean? Like, and this is like, I don't know. I kind of feel this way about, I hate, we were kind of hitting on it last week after the mock draft, like of teams like being unable to play the long game, or teams drafting players that they have no reason to be drafting for. And it comes down to like coaching styles, and like I hate the idea that every player should be able to learn and do whatever it is that, like, whatever that team wants them to do, right? Versus coaches that can, draft and develop or find utilization of players like Cordell Patterson. We talk about him quite often on this, and he's kind of like the first one through the wall on this whole dynamic player.
Yes.
The quote Deebo Samuel at the Pro Bowl, it was he calls himself a wide back, but like Cordell Patterson, I mean, but it's the truth, right? Like, yeah, it's kind of like what not the up back, but like an H back. They started calling, like they started, fullbacks have kind of left the game, and they've now they'll use like a tight end / H back as a lead blocker, and he's also a pass catching, like he's really so you see these evolutions of you got tight ends out there lining up in the slot. You got guys like Mike Gesicki who really play. And TJ Hawkinson, these guys play like they're wide receivers, but they're listed as tight ends, right? So it's like, so Cordell Patterson, the first one through the wall here, and I got on a tangent, and I'm sorry. I totally lost my train of thought.
You should have a name on this board that'll help you get back on track.
Speaking of Cordell Patterson, so my guy is Peter Ward from Florida State that went to Cincinnati. They try to develop him into a Cordell Patterson. The guy could, return punts, receiving, the go-to flashy guy. It never panned out for him at Cincinnati. In today's game, I think he could do it in the right offense, though, in the right system.
Man, you dug deep for that.
I did. But Peter Ward.
Who did you erase before that?
So, I had Charles Rogers, the Michigan State for Detroit.
Man, you went college, man. You went deep.
Yeah. He was one of my favorite players too.
He was Charles Rogers was the first of like the 4 straight wide receivers that Detroit took in the first round.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right.
Keep hitting it. Eventually they'll get there. And they did.
So who did you take?
I took.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, I wrote it.
Oh yeah.
Dennis Dixon, Oregon University quarterback, right?
Are you gonna say Cardale Jones?
And no. I fell in love with Oregon football during that time because they were doing something that no other team was doing at the moment, which was really, really implementing the spread option stuff, right? Dennis Dixon could get outside. He had a great arm. I mean, I'm looking at his stats. Like, I'm looking at his stats right now.
Is that where Blunt played?
What's that?
Legarius Blunt, was he on the team at that time?
I don't believe so. That was Marcus Mariota with
Okay.
no, LeGarrette Blunt. Yes, maybe it was. I'm looking now. Jonathan Stewart.
Yep.
Yeah, man, like Patrick Chung was on that team, right? That's defensively.
Yeah.
But like I'm looking at him now but they dominated. Well, they didn't. So 07, so we're talking about they were probably the most competitive team to the Reggie Bush and Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, USC, right? Like as far as the Pac-12, but like I look at quarterbacks, the success that quarterbacks are having today with, improvising and getting outside the pocket, not the standard drop back and pass, I mean, look at the success that Lamar Jackson is having. And, and I'm not saying that Dennis Dixon is to that caliber, but you're in this range of like the NFL was just coming out of the whole hype with like Michael Vick, right? And Michael Vick and the explosiveness that he brought to the game. And they were transitioning back into the standard quarterback passing. I mean, I kind of want to look at the 2000 and so 07, so it would have been the 2008 draft.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Steelers.
Yeah. And he rode the pine, like,
yeah.
But at the same time, they had Ben Roethlisberger, right? So it's like the kind of situation that very similar to Mason Rudolph, right? So like Mason Rudolph in any other organization probably would have had a chance, coming out of Oregon State, but he had to sit behind Ben Roethlisberger, and now he's probably going to be a career backup. So and it goes back to the point that I was making about teams drafting players that they don't need to draft, right? You have no business drafting a guy with that talent, that particular skill set, right? The mobility when you have somebody like Ben Roethlisberger there, because you're building your offense and the foundation of your offense around what your starting Super Bowl winning quarterback can do. So why are you drafting this guy? Because what you want to? Oh, let's put him in there at fourth and 2 and try to fool them. Like, well, no, everybody knows that he's going to get the ball then, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that I can't understand why teams do what they do. And a lot of this probably comes from some anger of my high school days. Okay?
Man.
All right. There's a lot of stuff built up. Okay, high school was. Let's see.
Were you like a high school phenom but weren't recognized? So I don't know this story, so I need to know this now.
All right. I mean, listen. If I'm evaluating myself, right, I'm like your shifty little slot receiver, right? I was quick. I could catch, but I ended up playing defensive back because my high school team ran the double wing, and I didn't have quite the, I guess you would say, physical strength to really run through tackles. You know what I mean? So like, I tried to play tight end. I didn't have the physical strength to block the big 6'6" defensive end coming at me, but I was shifty. I ended up playing defensive back. But it was like, I liked playing DB, you know what I mean? I played free safety and corner, but I also rode the bench too because I wasn't the best at those positions, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I love, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm just joking around. I love football, but it's, it brings me back to that. Like, I hate, like, your job is to coach. If your job is to coach, your job is to find and utilize the best skill set. I mean, it's, if you're a coach or a manager, right? Or a supervisor. Your supervisor's job is to, one, get the job done, but two, utilize the skills that you have to contribute to the team. And like, so, all right, I'm done. All right, like,
my rant's over.
My rant is over. Like, all right, hold on. This is the so 2008 draft. You got Matt Ryan goes in the first round. Joe Flacco.
All I hear right now is Hall of Fame. Everyone.
But this one was selected in
No. Stop right now. Stop.
All right, Matt Ryan, but not Joe Flacco.
You think Matt? So you think Matt Ryan? This is great. All right, let's go, dude. Let's do it. Because
what was the question?
Let's just get, if he gets a Super Bowl, yes.
If he gets a Super Bowl, yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Man, that was
Hall of Fame.
That's the only thing that'll be lacking out of it because he's been on a team. I don't even want to get distracted with this because we got other things planned.
Yeah, I know.
Gets it before Matt Ryan.
Who?
Tony Romo.
You think Tony Romo is a Hall of Famer? I don't.
Before Matt Ryan.
No way.
Nope. Wait, are we counting his commentary career?
Well, if we have to.
Okay, I mean, if we have to, because I mean they do induct these guys. If they had to, then if he continues on the path that he is right now with his commentating career, he's the best commentator in
He's
all.
so much fun to listen to.
In all of sports right now, he's the best commentator. So
he creates gold either by his gaffes or by his just football intelligence. Yeah, I agree.
So like back to the Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco thing, right? Even with a Super Bowl, I don't think Joe Flacco's
no,
at all. And I would take. Oh, do you guys think Philip Rivers is a Hall of Famer?
Ooh.
So no,
I don't either.
No, I love Philip Rivers. I'm putting my fantasy bias aside because in fantasy wise, he carries you through so many different championships.
For sure.
But player wise, no. That's why I put Matt Ryan on that same thing of if Philip Rivers got a Super Bowl, and I can't stand that stupid stat because Super Bowl is more than just the quarterback, but it is a basis to which the Hall of Fame is going to.
Everything is more than just the quarterback. Like I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that quarterbacks are league MVPs.
And I can't stand how but if they're gonna have that thing where they can perform, hey, do this much but not get to whatever. As a quarterback, you can get MVP for being, but in reality, there's probably 4 or 5 guys that are way more integral to their team than you are. But you win it because you're a quarterback. It's on the same side there. If you're a Hall of Fame, you want to get into the Hall of Fame, you better win a freaking Super Bowl, or at least do what like Dan Marino style, just be freaking insane and just be unlucky or not top at the moment.
I mean, he had insane.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He had insane numbers at his time, so you almost got to take in like the generation too at the time.
Yeah,
I mean he was putting up numbers that some quarterbacks in today's game aren't even putting up.
And that's why you can't stand the people that put up stats that are like, oh well, compared to this person, like it's massively different generationally.
Absolutely,
massively different. Same thing with running back. Same thing with sacks. It's a much faster game, and all those numbers are inflated.
Yes,
in comparison. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously we're not going to say Cooper Kupp is the greatest receiver all of time because of what he did last year. But for what he did last year was insane.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Like I'm very curious So like, and then you like go and you think back, like somebody like Wes Welker or Julian Edelman that led the league in receptions for X amount of years, right? Because they were getting all these, but their yards were yards. You know, like their yards were standard competitive yards, right? A couple, just over 1,000 yards, whatever. Like, but they led the league in reset. Like,
I want to hear CJ something on this, just out of curiosity. With those exact guys I mentioned, and obviously there's predecessors to them, like guys like Cooper Kupp. Do you think that they were utilized because of people like Wes Welker, Julian Edelman type players?
No doubt.
And do you think Cooper Kupp got like kind of a boost because of those guys?
I wouldn't say a boost, but that's his play style. Like he did that in college. So I mean, he went into the Rams, and they just utilized him like Fitz was saying to his playmaking abilities, and that's where he flourished. So I mean, and Robert Woods. I mean, Robert Woods was having a great season too before he got hurt. Like, but Cooper Kupp really stepped up his game the past 2 seasons, just because they know how to use him in that offense. So yeah.
I know.
It's like he kind of took their style and was like, I've already got like 4 inches on each of you guys. I've got like 30 pounds on each of you guys. Why don't you just play like that and perform like he does? But yeah, it's kind of laying that template and laying that example.
Right.
And it does require my thought is it requires those guys to kind of break a little bit of the mold or expand the general managers or those those owners' mindsets, and then allow that to happen.
So this is right. So, okay. First off, before I don't know what you guys want to do. Do you guys want to play the game, or do you want to just keep going on this? Because I'm having a blast.
Oh man, I mean, I want to play the game.
You want to play the game? All right.
Next.
I was just
because I would love to see a deviation of what else comes next.
The last comment that you made there, and I think it's why you're starting to see young coaches like Sean McVay, Mike McDaniel, right? All these super young coaches start getting the positions that because they're seeing the game different than, right? And it's
the older generation.
Then the older generation, but like this isn't to discredit anybody like
right.
Andy Reid, right? Like Andy Reid is an offensive, he's a guru, right? Like I mean, he saw something in Patrick Mahomes that, if everybody else had seen it, he would have been the first one off the board, So it's, he's got Tyreek Hill, like all these, but I think that's why you're totally getting this newer perspective and this newer, the youthful coaches, because these guys they probably played Madden. They probably made up some of their own plays in the game just to be like, hey man, I wonder if we can do this in real life. You know what I mean? And they're bringing that and it's exciting. But okay, we got about 20 minutes or so left here in the show, and I do not know how well this is gonna go. Okay, but you guys just bear with me, okay? So you don't need your dry erase board. I don't know. I wanted to do more with the dry erase boards. We'll use them some other time, okay? I promise. I'm sorry, Evan. Evan's so he's distraught right now.
4 different colors over here. 4 different color pins.
I mean, if we get into overtime, which I'm hoping that we do. Okay, here, Evan, this is for you.
Okay.
All right. If we get into
the time when my girlfriend broke up with me at Starbucks, she brought me coffee and then broke up. It's bittersweet.
Ouch.
Oh,
do you got a little? What is it? A tiny violin to play with it?
I don't even know. I don't even know where that memory came from.
Oh man, bittersweet.
Symphony, that's life.
All right, sorry.
The Verve.
One hit wonders, dude. I mean, we can get
No,
that
man.
one.
No, they got some other good songs.
No, I
Which
know,
one
I
was
know.
created?
All right, so I'm gonna transition over here. So I want you guys to check this out. Check this out. This is I don't have a name for it. I was gonna call it Stud or Dud, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work.
It's been used before, so it's perfectly fine.
Yo, I like it though.
Right?
Pretty good. Yeah.
So this is a trivia game. So listen to the rules because I don't have them printed out for you. All right. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the concept of the new overtime, right? The new overtime rules.
Right.
And turn it into like a trivia game. Okay. So I'm going to ask 10 questions, right? To both of you, right? So you guys both get 10 questions. And if you answer all 10 correctly, you score a touchdown. If you answer 5 or more, you can elect to kick a field goal or go for a Hail Mary. Right?
I like it. I like that.
And if you both score a touchdown or you both end up kicking a field goal or whatever it may be, then we go into
OT.
Yeah, like real OT, right? Next person to score but because we could go back and forth on this because my questions are really not that easy at all. I mean, not that hard at all.
Guarantee you they're harder than you think.
You sure?
We'll just do a sudden death, right? We'll just do a sudden death. And maybe you can use your dry erase board to write down your sudden death answer if we get to
it.
Already.
He's ready.
All right. So I don't know. We'll go. CJ will go first.
Oh God.
Thank you, CJ.
Simply because you are alphabetically first.
Oh.
Um.
Hopefully, I get at least one right.
Ooh.
Is it a 30-second timer or just?
No, we're just gonna roll with it.
I will start mouthing the Jeopardy sounds. Yeah, if you've taken too long.
All right, CJ. First question: which team is the only non-profit and community-owned team in the NFL?
God damn it! Give me that one.
You know that?
Yes.
I have no clue, so I'm gonna guess. All right, hold on. Non-profit?
Yes. Okay. Do.
Give me like a division.
No, I'm not giving you hints, bro.
Can you narrow it down to 4 teams for me?
Right. All right, you're gonna.
NFC?
Huh? No, man. Just take it. Come on,
All
dude.
right,
This is like public knowledge, literally.
I never knew this. Though.
If you're part of that public, you own the team.
Who? Green Bay.
Yes.
Damn it! I gave it too big of a hint.
Thanks.
Uh,
Well, I thought it was Green Bay, but I just want to.
all right.
So I got one.
Which team was given the nickname America's Team?
Oh God, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Is it me or him?
Huh? All right.
Me, right?
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
It's alternating.
It's alternating. It's alternating.
Oh, I understood it as alternating. Did I just give you? Was that like a holding penalty? You got 10 yards.
All right, CJ. I'm literally pulling these off of it. I have a few in my back pocket. We'll get towards the end. So right now it is tied 1-1. Which city? Oh, nope. Sorry.
You can do the same question.
The New York Jets and the New York Giants play out of what stadium?
Since they updated it, I don't even
And I've been there too. It's in Jersey. I don't know the name of the stadium. Hold on.
There's a Googling rule, right?
No, you can't Google it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want there to be a delay on this.
Oh,
Yeah, 5 seconds.
I know it's in Jersey. I don't know the name though.
Isn't it an insurance company?
I don't really know that answer. That's a great question.
I don't know. I just know it's in Jersey.
I think they're an insurance company.
I don't know it. What is it?
Isn't it MetLife Stadium?
It's MetLife Stadium.
Jeez,
Are they insurance? I don't even know. Who knows?
I should have known that.
Please comment if you know if this is an insurance company.
Okay. This team won its first Super Bowl after moving cities.
Is this me?
Yes.
So easy.
Okay, I didn't know if I got to steal his or not, so that's why I want to make sure.
I'll just steal this one.
Which team won their first Super Bowl? I don't even freaking know. After moving cities?
Yep.
I know this.
Think of newer teams. I don't even know if they moved. Did they win the Super Bowl? I don't even know if they won Super Bowl. McNair, Titans.
Can I do an interception right here?
I don't even know.
Yeah, you can't be changing the rules, CJ. No, the answer was
Baltimore.
the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
That's when they freaking Joe Flacco was their savior?
No. Come on, man. You're Trent Dilfer, Ray Lewis.
Oh shit. That was 90, yeah. 90
Great deal
or was that 2001?
That was 2001.
2001, yeah.
Or
God,
no,
I forgot about that one.
it was
It's somewhere around that.
2003, I think it was actually.
Yeah,
I was barely a teenager.
All right, so you guys both have 1 point right now, right? So one, and we're on
10-yard line.
Question three. Move. All right.
Wait, if we're doing the new rules, can I request a difficult question to sack him for a safety?
No, you guys got to score first. This is the problem. We haven't even scored first. I knew that this was going to be bad. I really just wanted you guys to see how I was able to move the cameras, and we're all three of us are down below, and it looks awesome. All right.
And this is partially my fault because I do not even have our other screen up, so I didn't even know the amazing work that you're doing in the background.
All right, CJ. I feel like the questions were a little hard. So, which team won the first Super Bowl in 1967? Yo, dog, I swear, if you're Googling right now,
how can I Google?
I can kick you right out of the chat. Evan's like, hands up, man.
Jeez.
Answer, of course, is onions.
I think I know it, but I'm probably going to guess it wrong. I should know this too. Said 1967.
Yeah, it's the first Super Bowl, dude.
But Colts.
No. It was the Green Bay Packers. See. It's so. For anybody that's listening, don't take any advice from CJ about the Green Bay Packers because he knows nothing about them at all.
Right?
Huh? I mean, after we spoon fed it to you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh man.
All right, Evan. This team made their first Super Bowl appearance in 2004 at Super Bowl 38. Sorry, there's three.
First.
2004.
Tennessee Titans.
Was he right?
No.
Was it Carolina?
Carolina Panthers. Yes.
Oh shit! I don't remember that.
Okay, so we're 3 questions in now. You guys aren't even going to be kicking field goals.
Hey, wait. We are a decent baseball batter right now. We are hitting 300.
Oh,
all right, so question 4. Back to CJ here. Let's It's something easy here. Which team has the most Super Bowl appearances?
New England.
Okay, CJ's got another point. Woo!
Woo! Man. I'm going to behold Percy Harvin, punt return for touchdown.
Evan, which team did Dan Marino play for as a quarterback?
I'm going to filibuster this one for a little bit.
I mean,
all right, let's just go ahead for the sake of time here. We got the Dolphins.
Okay.
Point set match.
This is fun, dude. This is hysterical.
It's just like Celebrity Jeopardy, except no one cares what we say.
All right, CJ. This team's defense was given the nickname Steel Curtain.
We went to first grade level now.
Right?
I had to. Jesus.
Hey.
We'll get a little bit harder.
That works for me.
Did you answer it?
Now? Yeah, he said Steelers.
Oh, did he? Okay. I didn't even hear it.
Just close your eyes, scroll, and whatever question comes up, give it to me.
Before they were the LA Chargers, they were what?
LA Chargers? I don't even know. Who knows that? San Diego Chargers.
Okay, I gotta find some other. We're gonna let's dive into some. Well,
while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and give Philip Rivers bid for Hall of Fame.
All right, so
and that was it.
That was question what? That was question number 5.
I don't know. I got 3 right. That's all I know.
Same.
I think we're on question number 5 now. So we're gonna jump in here. CJ, which college has produced the most draft picks in NFL history?
Has to be Alabama, right?
Can we start stealing just so we can get through this game a little faster?
It's not Alabama.
You want to steal? Screw it. All right.
I don't even know the answer. I was just for the sake of expediting this.
No, let's see who he gets. I'm gonna
Michigan.
No, it's Notre Dame.
Go between the two.
All right. Okay, you guys are tied, and we're going into that was question 5. You guys are tied. We're going into sudden death here. Okay. 10 questions is maybe too much. So we're going into sudden death here. Ooh. I'm trying to figure out which what I want to do here. Okay, fine. This Tennessee Volunteer went undrafted and signed with the Houston Texans in 2009. Write down your answers. Do not announce it. Write down your answers.
Can we get a position?
Offense or defense?
All right. This offensive player with the Tennessee Volunteers went undrafted and signed with the Houston Texans in 2009.
I don't know why this name popped up, but I'm gonna try. 2009.
God, yeah, I might have to translate my writing. I don't even know if this guy went to Tennessee.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Show us your answer.
Oh!
Arian Foster. That is correct.
Yes!
Who did you write?
Oh!
Eric Gray.
Eric Gray hasn't even graduated.
Arian Foster is correct. I had a few other ones that I was gonna hit you guys with, but
man,
this happens to be this player was the first player to ever appear on the Madden cover.
First player
to ever appear on the Madden cover.
Oh, we have to write these down?
No, that was the other question that I had lined up.
I'm going to stick with my Tennessee Titan theme and McNair.
Oh, dude, you're so close, man.
Vic?
No, it was Eddie George who was a Tennessee
Are
Titan.
you serious?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't know. Full disclosure, I don't think I ever played a Madden game. So
that is fair.
Yeah.
I was gonna hit you also with the Shane Falco's famous quote to his team on the final play was,
that's Keanu Reeves, right?
yes, from the movie The Replacements. I'm sorry.
Yes. Hold on.
Way off with Eric Gray. Jeez.
I don't really know. I know it involves women and girls, but I don't know the quote.
It's
Yeah, I don't know.
pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever, dude.
Bingo.
Bingo. All
All right.
right. So that was it. That was the fun trivia game. It was, it was something. It was fun.
It glaringly showed that our knowledge is recent.
Yeah.
Oh man, I picked the Eddie George one. I knew that one. Oh man, come on, dude.
Well, I said we have another episode that is just CJ and I coming up with just the dumbest, deepest questions possible to ask you, because apparently we need to challenge Trebek.
Oh, dude, I would love that. I would love to. Yes, please.
I like it.
All right, maybe not next week, but in the coming weeks, please.
Obviously not next week.
I would love a Fitz knows everything game.
Hey, and don't forget, we'll be live next Thursday instead of Wednesday.
Yes, great point,
So-
CJ. So why don't you guys break it down then? Because we're pretty much coming to the end here of the show.
You want to take that,
So-
CJ?
Yeah, so me and Fitz is going to be live next Thursday. Evan's going to be actually in Vegas, giving us details and live coverage from there. So yeah, tune in. It's going to be a great time.
So
Definitely be bringing in some things you won't see on the main casts.
Right.
Being in Vegas, not having regulations on me, you never know what you'll see on here.
ooh.
Good
It's
time.
Vegas. I don't even know.
I love it. Cheers to that, dude. Hey, this was a really great show tonight, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We're just a bunch of dudes that like to have fun and talk about football, and this is what we do. So yeah, be sure to follow us on Twitter at @MBTG_podcast or look us up on YouTube at Nothing But the Game. And tune in next week, Thursday, for live coverage of the NFL draft and live updates. And we'll be streaming the whole time during the first round there. So
Yeah.
we will be on for hours.
Yep.
So,
Hours.
Excited.
Marathon style.
marathon style. So, all right, everyone. Thanks a lot, and we'll catch you next week.